Hello, and welcome back to the Let's Address It podcast.
You ready? I'm the one you dream about. If you just scream and shout, light it up, you see this bitch. Don't we all just hate a snitch? I'm the one, I'm not the two. Coming through just to see you. If she's there or if it's he, they and them will have to see me. I'm the one you dream about. If you just scream and shout, light it up, you see this bitch. Don't we all just hate a snitch? I'm the one, I'm not the two. Coming through just to see you. If she's there or if it's he, they and them will have to see me. Walk the runway. Cat, 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 come to the cunt feminine. Beat the runway. Cat, 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 come to the cunt feminine. Serve the runway. Cat, cat, come to the cunt feminine. Cunt feminine, pussy cat. Cat, cunt feminine, pussy whore. Run to the cunt now. Run to the cunt.
Remember the time?
No, bitch! We about to get this shit grinding right now.
Don't you start.
No, bitch! This question. Okay. We about to get started.
Hello, and welcome back to Let's Address It Season 4. And ladies and gentlemen, I have a beautiful special guest here with me today. This lady is so fucking hilarious. She's funny and she's just witty. And I'm actually traveling right now and I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. And we are here to get into some things. Without further ado, on the Let's Address It platform, please give a huge warm welcome to MONROE ALISE.
Thank you, sister. It's nice to be here. Nice to see you.
Listen, we about to get into some things.
My land. Okay.
So, you know that you are an internet sensation right now, right?
Really?
You don't think so?
I mean, listen, I think God is still in the blessing business. I think that people have taken a liking to me. I wouldn't necessarily say internet sensation. I don't know. I mean,
I believe so. Listen, y'all.
Thank you.
Y'all know her videos when she get and she get the point. All right, but before we get into that, because I don't want it to seem so formal and I don't want to jump right into it. For the Let's Address It platform, please let everybody know, where were you born and raised?
Washington, D.C., DMV.
The DMV? What Southwest? What part?
So Northeast. I was born in Northeast. I was born in Providence Hospital in Northeast.
Is that a rough? Is the Northeast? Which one is the rough one?
So every quadrant has its thing. You know what I'm saying? Because the Northwest used to be like the uptown, moving on up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
but then,
Georgia,
yeah. But then, it has its stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Southeast usually gets a bad
Basically,
rap.
what she's saying is the hood.
But listen, Southeast get a bad rap too. But I mean.
Yeah.
People that gentrification and people moving in and they're revamping and building up and tearing down. So it's like DC ain't DC no more, Jay.
Do you know Shawnee's?
Shawnee's, yeah.
Wherever she from is Benji.
I'm screaming. I know Shawnee's. Shout out to my sister. Yeah, she from DC too.
Ashley, I love you, sister.
Yeah.
When she took me to our family, and they all live like girl, some 0 stars not recommended.
I'm screaming.
Okay, you got any siblings?
I do. So biologically, I have an older brother and a younger brother. I'm the middle child.
You the middle child by your mom and your dad? Oh, word. That's cool.
Yeah.
Is you and your family pretty close-knit?
Yeah, so my mom and dad have been married for over 40 years. Yeah, me and my older brother are really close. Me and my younger brother are extremely close. They're both, married with children now, but we're really good. Really good.
You mentioned something to me just a little while ago when we was prepping and everything that you told me you was a late bloomer, like being one of the girls. Can you just share that journey with me? Why did it take so long?
Yeah. So, being the knee baby, the middle child, the different one, like I can remember as far as prior to elementary school, and I share this with everyone all the time, like I knew that something was different. I used to really honestly think that just like my dad didn't like me, right? I thought it was like a personal thing to me, you know, because I didn't act like or move like or talk like my brothers. And so I was like, oh, he just doesn't like me. And it wasn't until I went to school, because in the house we all use the same bathroom, you know? And so when I went to school, I remember meeting one of the girls there. I think her name was Sarah. And it was bathroom time. And so I decided to follow her in the bathroom. And that's in the girls' bathroom. And that's when my teacher was like, no, girls don't go in that bathroom. I mean, boys don't go in that bathroom, girls do. And that's when I was like, oh, that's the difference. I was like, something on the outside is not something on the inside. There was a disconnect. And so that kind of like forced the survival mode. And so long story.
Wait a minute, we're not going too fast. So you're saying you felt like something was different, like it was a disconnect. So you didn't actually feel gay. You just knew something was. Oh, so you didn't start out liking boys.
Oh, I loved boys, but I didn't know that there was a. I didn't know that it was a wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't identify as a boy at that time. Like, I was just like, I like boys. I had a boyfriend in elementary school. I had multiple boyfriends in elementary school. No, Jay. I remember, I ain't gonna say his name, but he had on a reversible, it was a blue jacket, but you could reverse it and it was orange on the inside. And he used to ask me to go with him all the time. And I was like, I will go with you if you let me wear that jacket. And so I remember that was the infinity. You know what I'm saying? I was always attracted to boys.
Me too.
But yeah, I didn't like come out. I don't have a coming out story. I never told my parents until like I moved out of the house. Like I literally signed my lease and was moving out when I finally acknowledged like, oh, my lover is coming to help me move out.
What age was you when you moved out?
24. Maybe, I think 24.
I mean, you were 24.
I was 24, probably. I think about 24. Yeah, 24. Probably about
Okay,
20. Yeah, 24.
At what year did you move down here, down south?
Last year, I moved here.
Oh, so you were still in D.C.?
I was still in D.C. at the time, yeah. And that is when I started to like authentically live in my truth. But I only had gay friends. I only had like butch queens as friends. I never had an exchange or an experience with any woman of trans experience that I knew was a woman of trans experience.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so alright. So, cause oh god, this is gonna be good. Okay, so, all right, let's stick with your parents first. So once you got a boyfriend you said at about 24, you moved out and all of that. Did they treat you any different?
No. Now mind you, I had boyfriends, but I was living that double life. I was living that private life. Like, right, I started being sexually active at an early age. I had boyfriends and things like that, but I didn't invite my parents in to my experience until I felt safe enough when I moved out, because my fear was always being abandoned and put out or rejected. And so I wanted to make sure that I was in a space where I was financially stable and like I was secure before I was able to live in that version of my truth.
You are very intelligent and well-spoken.
Thank you.
Did you graduate and stuff?
I graduated from high school. I didn't graduate from college. I went to college and didn't graduate. Yeah.
Yeah. You my girl.
Thank you. Same.
No, listen, come here. The first time we met was at T.S. Madison Start Out.
Yes.
And I remember you were so cute and so beautiful in
person.
Thank you, Sessa. Seriously, but it was like, I'm real good on energy. And you had just the amazing energy, like how helpful you was and how you embraced me. Like that whole thing was just amazing. Like the people she had there was just, but yeah. All right, so at what age did you start transitioning?
I started medically transitioning. I took my first hormone at 29, but I existed in that gender blender androgynous phase for a minute. Like before the girls down here in Atlanta, they say they was doing it first, but I was the girl that had on hair and makeup and a goatee. I had the beard. Yeah, I was in that phase for a while, and I just answered to every pronoun. And it wasn't until I saw T.S. Madison.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't until I saw T.S. Madison and I was like, oh, because I was pursuing the entertainment industry too. And so, but I didn't know that I could be in the fullness of myself. So I was kind of like teeter-tottering, because music is really my first love.
Really?
Yeah, and so when I was
tell people about that.
Yeah, so music is really my first love. When I was pursuing music before I transitioned.
What kind of music?
R&B, neo soul. Singer.
Yeah,
singer. R&B, neo soul. And so I remember having an agent you know, a little manager at the time, this little hood piece or whatever. And he had took me to a record label, and it was black-owned guys, like all of the trade, right? And they had me sing, and you know, they wanted to sign me, but they told me that it wasn't a market for me. They was like, we want you to sing about, like, you know, we want you to sing on all the hooks of the rappers and stuff about guns, sex, and drugs, and sleeping with women, and all of those were none of my experiences. And so I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And so I kind of pivoted into acting.
Okay, before we go over your acting accolades, because you have many, I'm gagging like y'all.
Thank
listen,
you, bro.
when we was just sitting here chatting it up before we actually started the started the film or whatever, my girl, you got an extensive thing. But before I wanna ask you a question. Why do you think it took you so long to transition? Because you know, I'm not going to say me, but a lot of my girls, we started very extremely young, like 14, 15, 16, 17. And there's nothing wrong with what time at what age a person transition, but it's like a little read in the community. Like, girl, who waits until they're 30? But you don't even know if you should know this when you're, you know. So me asking out of respect, you know, and out of like, what was your thing that made you wait so long?
Visibility and representation. I didn't have the language to call a thing a thing. I didn't know. I saw RuPaul, but I knew I wasn't a drag performer. I wasn't someone who wanted to put it on and then take it off, right? Okay. I knew that was not what I identified with. That wasn't it, right? I always danced around with the idea of being in my divine feminine. People say, family members, co-workers, when I made that social transition, everybody was like, it makes sense now, because we couldn't understand why we wanted to treat you a certain way or why we saw you in a certain way, but the outside didn't match in the inside, right? And so when it happened, even my brothers was like, oh, it makes perfect sense now. You know what I'm saying? But it was the visibility and representation, and this is why I am a firm advocate and believer of why visibility and representation is so important, because we need those possibility models, right? Not just to transition, but to know that we can be actors and singers and lawyers and doctors and be more than community health workers or executive directors or sex workers. Like, we need those examples to see us in color on all platforms. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah.
All right, so let me ask you this. Once you fully transitioned and you wasn't in the, I guess, the gimmick stage, like you said, and now that you beautiful and do you feel like everything your transition is much easier now? Like that now people can see, oh, she's, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, well, okay, let's say when you was the hair, maybe the goatee, and all that stuff, and even though people accepted you, do you feel like your whole everything is more smoother now that you are a full woman?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that. I think it's more palatable, right? And also there's duality in it, right? There's like it's a double-edged sword sometimes, because it's like it's palatable for people who can decide what gender they want to call you and you accept it, right? So when I was in that because we used to call it androgynous back in the day before we got non-binary and gender non-conforming. And so when I was in that androgynous space, it was more palatable for people, because they were easy to say either she or he, and it was cool. But then when I made that concrete decision and changed my name and said, this is who I am, the people who was like, I've been doing this I've been calling you, you know, those people, that fight, that survival mode that we as trans individuals have to go into to fight for our identities, that wasn't necessarily easy. But it was easy to sleep at night knowing that I was in my authenticity.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
You are so articulate. Listen, we got Monroe.
Girl.
Who named you?
So I always had an affinity.
Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe. So Norma Jean, right? You know, she was someone who reinvented herself and lived into her divine feminine. And I think she is the power of an example when you see someone who knows that there is this innate thing inside of them, but they needed a release, right? She had to transition into into Marilyn Monroe in order to live in her full authenticity, right? And I just loved her story.
That's not her real name?
Her government name her dead name is Norma Jean.
I heard that before, but I didn't. I thought it might have been a middle name. Oh,
No.
you see, my girl on his school.
Yeah, no, yeah. And so when I decided, and also, what a lot of people don't know is, so as I was pursuing the entertainment industry during that time, my stage name prior used to be Marco Monroe. And so I just dropped the Marco and stuck with the Monroe. And my middle name, Alice, my godfather named me Alice. Yeah.
It fits you.
Thank you.
It fits you very well. Girl. Y'all, listen. I'm kind of like, I ain't trying to get starstruck, y'all.
Girl, please.
You was definitely on a show that people was waiting for. And you just told me you just got done wrapping up season 3, right?
Yeah, season 3.
You guys, for y'all that don't know, if y'all, I know y'all, if the ones that's on here, because I know they know everything. If y'all looking like, she look familiar, I seen her somewhere. You on P Valley?
Yes.
What's your name on P Valley?
Monroe.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my character's name was Monroe.
Okay, what character did you play? So if they wanted to know, what episodes was you in?
So in season 2, I am in episode 2 and the season finale, 10. I play...
So season 2, episode 2.
2 and 10, the season finale.
The season finale of season 2.
Mm-hmm. I play Monroe, who is one of the Ace Boone Coons, one of the best friends of Uncle Clifford. And so if you are familiar with the scene where she was kidnapped, I was the girl who put her in the trunk and was the girl who took her out. Yeah, that was me.
Give me a hug. Listen, how did the cast and everything treat you?
Oh, phenomenal.
Really?
That, mind you, that was my first big project.
Really?
I had never had a major project prior to that. And so I didn't know how people would treat me, how the stars, Loretta Devine, Jay Alphonse, Nico, Brandy, all of them, right? I never had that experience. And when I tell you the entire set, from the cast to the crew, from the grips to the ADs to the production assistants, it's really like a family.
A family?
It's really like a family.
Oh my God, yo, that is really dope.
Yeah.
And you just got done wrapping up season 3.
Yeah, so we wrapped season 3 last November.
Oh, wait.
A year ago.
Over a year ago.
A year ago. We wrapped last year, a year ago, and a couple of months ago, they said that the production side, the editing has been finished. So I'm waiting like everybody else is waiting.
Are you on more episodes on season 3?
Season 3 is going to be a key. When I
okay.
tell, I'm a fan of the show. Every show.
I know you probably can't say much, but this is not going to be the the finale. I mean, what am I trying to say?
The
final,
series, the final season. I would hope not. I don't believe so. I think that when this season comes out, and y'all, I'm a fan of the show first.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a fan of the show first.
It's original.
It's so good.
Original.
Oh, it's so good. And it is necessary. It starts conversation. Shout out to Katori Hall, the creator, showrunner. She has done a phenomenal job at starting the hard conversations that we as Black and brown individuals don't like to have about sexuality, about mental health, about mental wellness, about mindsets, about changing mindsets, and about different perspectives and all of those beautiful things. And it's just so dope. This season, it's worth the wait. I saw the first 2 episodes. Worth the wait.
I love this lady, y'all. All right. So listen, you also was on, what was your second biggest project?
The Chi.
The Chi. My girl, you been around. So wait, did they actually film The Chi in Chicago?
In Chicago. Film in Chicago.
So all right, so what episodes was you, what's your character on that?
So my character is Isis Monroe. She is the mother of the...
So you're just gonna carry Monroe with you?
Listen, God is still in the blessing business.
Listen, do they write it like that, or you?
They wrote it like that. That's how. This is what is for you will not miss you.
Sister, wait, hold on, time out. You mean to tell me each time the P Valley and the Chi, they had the cat as Monroe?
Yeah. So my character's name on P Valley is Monroe, and my character's name on the Chi, her name is Isis Monroe. Yes, the mother of the House of Monroe. Yeah, and so on the Chi season 6, I'm in episode 4, 7, 13, and 15. I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many seasons do they got?
So they have 7. They just wrapped up season 7, and then they're now working on season 8.
Season 8.
Yeah.
So y'all listen. If y'all want to watch my girl on the Chi, she's in season 6, episode
4, 7, 13, and 15.
15. Y'all, please make sure y'all support. You got a couple other projects. Tell us, share.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
let's.
listen, I'm screaming. So I'm also in the movie Fighting to Be Me, the Dwayne Curry story that's available on BT Plus and Amazon Prime. It's a biopic about Dwayne Curry. Shout out to my auntie. She was a person who was a victim of the system. She spent 3 years in prison for doing credit card and wire fraud of over like $5.5 million. And this movie kind of details how she became a victim of her environment and how she not only survived it, but thrived in it and found her authentic journey in her gender and affirming who she is. Some of y'all may know her. She was on Girlfriends and Noah's Ark. She used to have a phenomenal salon in LA and was doing the stars hair.
Yeah. Research. Tell the people.
Yeah. So it's called Fighting to Be Me, the Dwayne Curry story. Dwayne Curry.
Dwayne Curry.
Yeah, she was on Trap Queens, I think season 2. Trap Queens season 2. Oh yeah, she's sickening.
I like a survival story.
Oh, yeah. Sickening. Yeah, sickening.
And give me your other show. You got a few more.
So it's The Shy, Fighting to Be Me, P Valley. I think those is all the ones right now.
What's next for you?
More acting. More acting, more movies. I'm working on a book. I actually am working on some music as well. Okay. Rediscovering the lost dreams awakening again.
What is your idea? Like, what's your dream gig? What is your dream role in a movie?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked me. So my bucket list of roles. I want to, now flow ball with me now.
Go ahead.
So I stand 6'3", 6'4", flat foot.
Let me grab my soda. Go ahead.
I'm screaming. I want to be Aurora Monroe in the biopic of Storm. Ooh. Because Storm is a glamazon, she's an Amazon, and listen, I know I will wear that out. I also, on my bucket list, is to play Oda Mae Brown.
Oh.
From Ghost, and when they remake it, I want to play Oda Mae. Yeah.
I see you eating Oda Mae.
I want to wear that out.
I see Storm. Can you give me a different accent?
Yeah. Listen, I can do.
Some in one of them. How she be out and watch the towers and the winds.
Oh, now hold on. Now I don't know how to speak. Now I don't know how to speak. I don't know how to speak Avatar now.
You know, but Oda Mae Brown, because you got the wittiness for that.
Oh, Molly, you in danger, girl. Yeah, I can sit there and conjure and do all that stuff. Yeah.
That's one of my almost favorite movies.
I live.
A big one on it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I love Whoopi Goldberg.
Me too.
Love her.
I think my favorite movie from us, I think it's Jumpin' Jack Flash.
Jumpin' Jack Flash. Of course, Sister Act 2, Karina.
Made in America? When she was dating a white man?
Oh, yeah. Made in America. Yeah. Listen, I live for her.
What else was I about to say? So, you have a thing. This is why I said that you like an internet phenomenon right now, because every time you talk, they listen. When you say, I'm clockable. Can I ask you, without the funny side, tell all of my addresses, what do you necessarily mean by I'm clockable? Because, let me ask you that first and then I'll let you.
When I say I'm clockable, it is to take back the power from the statement of being clocked or being clockable, right? We live in a world and under an administration that demonizes us, that has considered us terrorists and also is trying to erase us at the same time, right? And people have desensitized the unaliving of trans women specifically. And it is because, or the excuse that they use is because we've tricked them or they didn't know. And so I am very adamant about letting it be known that I am a woman of trans experience. I am very adamant about stating that I wear my transness like I wear my blackness. And so it is no hiding it, it is no masking it, it is no secret, right? And so when I say I'm clockable, it's because I want you to clock me. I want you to know exactly what you're getting yourself into. I want you to believe the worst of what you think it is going on with me so that you can make an informed decision whether you want to engage with me.
You ate that, but break that down a little bit more.
So, because I think that people often, men specifically, I think that their idea of what womanhood, I'm gonna just put the cheese on the cracker. I think society focuses on what their version or definition of womanhood is supposed to be, right? And I think we miss oftentimes that people's versions of womanhood is based off of their experience with the women that they grew up with or in their life. So if your mother looked like Angela Davis, bitch, with a bush and no nails and no makeup and some whiskers under her chin and some, hair all over, then that is your version of womanhood. Yeah. And then you believe anything outside of that is abnormal. Yes. If your mother is Kim Kardashian, then when you see a woman who doesn't shave her underarms and who has her leg hair and don't wear makeup and don't put wigs on, that is abnormal to you, and you don't believe that that is the version of womanhood. And so we have to now break that down and see and show everyone that we are defining womanhood by whatever we say womanhood is. Right? I believe womanhood is our own journey. Yes. And so when I say that I am clockable, it is because I want you to clock me, whether I got a wig on or no wig, whether I got makeup on or no makeup. Listen, and also because it's naturally funny, and I think it's so relatable because it is the people who talk about how clocky we are as trans individuals and how they say, oh, I know, I can tell by the ankle, I can tell by the knee, I can tell. And then when I am engaging with these men or when these men are...
Right.
And I'm like, oh no, I'm a woman of trans experience, and that is something that still does not stop them from trying to engage with me. Amen. I want you to know that he clocked me and he still want me.
Right.
Or he didn't clock me and he still want me.
Let me play devil's advocate.
Sure.
Is this an all the time thing, or is this like a defense mechanism? I'm gonna break it down. Mm-hmm. I'm the type of person I really rarely get clocked, but I do. Mm-hmm. I would never be one of them girls I don't get clocked. Mm-hmm. But sometimes when I do get clocked, is the key to me.
Boots.
Like, I'll go back. What did it for you? What was it? Like, I'll be, I'm a key anyway. I would want to know, like, it's funny to me.
Yeah.
But when you say that I'm clockable, you want people to know, sometimes you don't feel like that shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, you just want to go about your day. And I just want to make a quick run, go get some breakfast. I got to run errands. I don't feel like it. So when you say you always want to be clocked, sometimes you don't. I mean, I can't tell you.
Yeah. So
I don't necessarily care if I do or if I don't, but sometimes I don't feel like it. You know what I mean? Is that
So I'm going to tell you, like Auntie Valerie Spencer has said to us one time, just because a man say miss and ma'am does not mean he didn't clock you. And just because a man call you a bitch doesn't mean that he did, or, bro or whatever. That doesn't mean that he did clock you. And even if he say miss or ma'am, sure, sweetie or sugar or sis, I got the door for you. That don't mean he ain't clock your side. Right. That just means that he's being respectful, right? And so to me, I don't mind if you clock me or you don't clock me. I don't. I do, however, mind whether or not I choose to be your educational or teachable moment. Don't start asking me a bunch of questions because you clock me and go into Miss Mama's, or girl, you wearing that, you look good. I would have never known. We don't gotta have that type of exchange because
normally come from one of the pumps.
Oh no, cis women do it too.
No, I'm not playing with them.
Yeah, cis women do it too. Yeah, cis women do it too. And
girl move.
Yeah.
As soon as a girl, how you get? You gotta take their whole body. Scoot into like girl move.
But see, and that's the thing. I think that my sister Dominique says it all the time. It's like, girl, you always want to unpack.
Dominique Morgan.
That's my sister.
That's my bitch.
Yeah, she always be like, because I'm always ready to have an educational and teachable moment, right? Because I believe that it is in the personal interactions where change really happens. It's not the public conversations, it's the private ones. It's the private conversation or interaction where I say, that's offensive to the trans community. You can't say that or don't say that.
Okay.
And so when you ask why, I can tell you, right? Mm-hmm. But every time I don't want to be your teachable moment. Mm-hmm. So yes, I don't mind if you clock me. You still want to be respectful or get your feelings hurt, but I don't necessarily always want to be your teachable moment. Sometimes I do just want to go in the grocery store, give me my change, thank you, and have a nice fucking day. Nah, do you say TS in front of your name too? Or, did you have like, bitch, I didn't come in here for that. I didn't come in here for that. Just bag my shit up so I could go. You know what I'm saying? Like, please.
Yeah, but no, I get it. The one thing that burns me up is oh, yes, oh, girl, you don't do that to me. Because for one, you don't really know what I am. Because cisgender biology, they all out here animated just like we is.
Absolutely.
Don't come up to me. You know what? The one thing I tell all my girls: don't ever let nobody for sure put that label on you. Like, I've been in places, or been in situations where a piece of trade, it'd be a bunch of them, and I'm on my way in the store, one of them hollering, then they go back to the pack, and they like, nah, something, and they come back to you and be like, you know, man, my homie said you was one of them. Like, no, my instinct, because I'm bingy. Like, what? Your homie, you could tell he don't get no pussy. Look at his fucking sneakers. I have his hope. Like, yo, why shorty going in? Like, look at his fucking belt. His fake ass, like he don't even got no cut. Y'all hanging with him? Like, I get big. I go.
Oh, you go all the way to the flag.
Like, damn, man, chill. Like, shorty, like, he be clowning. He be wilding. Come here, but what's your number, though? So, like, I always tell people, never let the con down. Bitch, can't nobody tell me what I got in between my legs.
Absolutely.
What I was born as.
Absolutely.
Because I know a lot of females that looks clocky.
To
Or look
be
like
sure.
trans. You know,
To be sure. To be sure.
Do you remember a time when implants and stuff first came out? And the straight society, this is back, it was very frowned upon to have implants or to get a nose job. And then once our trans women, our sisters, we started being animated. Big porno titties, getting our lips full. Not saying us, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Small noses and blow up
the small waist.
And then the straight community used to frown upon that. Now, look at where we are.
Yeah.
Every biological female, not everyone, so excuse me ladies, I don't want to do that. But that's there to go to now.
Yeah.
They want to look animated like us. So they want to take everything away from us.
So I think that it goes back to what I was saying about the definition of womanhood, right? I think that we have gotten so I'm going to put it in perspective like this, right? If you have 100 people in a room who have committed murder, that is normal. If you have 99 people in a room that has also committed murder and one person has not, they are the outsider. Murder is normal.
Got it.
You understand what I'm saying? And so in a world back in the day, remember red lipstick used to be, girl, you a whore. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're a whore. And so when everyone jumped on that same train and that same mentality, it is what it is, right? And so now we have a world where people are freeing themselves up enough to define how they choose to show up in the world. And when we see, a lot of times, the issue that I've experienced is that how dare you live your authentic truth out loud?
Break it down.
You are able to be free to get your surgeries, to live and love who you choose to love, when I am a person who has been conditioned to live a public lie and hide private truths.
Got it.
And so that is what the ultimate issue sometimes is. The underlying issue is not necessarily about what you have done to your body. It is about why I can't do it to mine.
Wait. Tee me up again.
So remember, you were saying that now that cis women are now getting surgeries in breast and facial feminizations and stuff like that, when we are the archetypes of facial femmes and breasts and stuff like that, right? And sometimes it is rooted in the issue of, I wish I could, not, oh, you shouldn't, but it's, I wish, because, listen, you see what I'm saying? Like,
I wish I had, got it.
So when people ask me about like womanhood or when transition, and they're like, oh, so do you feel like are you finished? And I'm like, womanhood is an ever growing journey, right? I can always find something to say, oh, my thighs are too big or my nose is too, or whatever, right? And so now we're living in a world where cisgender biological women are feeling empowered enough and free enough to be able to augment their body however they choose.
Got it. I guess you gotta hate that. Me personally, I don't really be looking at it like, cause you know that we get so much shit. Oh, they know that's not real. You will blow up this all natural. You know, I'm not talking about now. It's normal, but I'm talking about
back in the day. Yeah, back in the day.
Oh, I'm on there. He don't want girl. You could tell. You know that's how you could. You know that's how you could use to tell a trans woman.
Yeah, the silhouette.
Just the period.
Yeah.
Walking Barbie dolls.
Done.
Like, listen, the thing that I'm trying to say is, I want to say around 2007, when all of my girls, we had waists this small, add hips and add chitty sit up. And then, you know, as the girls, we always keep ourselves up because we have to. So our hair is always done, nails is always done, makeup is flawless. So, bitch, we look like walking video vixens. You know, if I'm being lying, and it's not because we have to. Like, bitch, this is
And why do you? I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but why do you believe that we have to? Because that's something that I'm
gonna tell you what with this. I believe that most girls from my era, we wanted to be a woman so much, but we wanted to be a bad bitch. We didn't want to just be any kind of woman. We aimed to be. I want to have body. I want to have all the niggas. I want to look pretty. I want to look like a Barbie. I want to look animated. I want to feel sexy. We embrace Jessica Rabbit and Marilyn Monroe and Betty Boop and all of the iconics, Little Kim and shit like that, and Janet Jackson. We wanted to be a sex symbol, and we wanted to look that part all the time. And then, being as though our bodies. See, the thing is about our bodies and their bodies is we like Build-A-Bears. We can start from scratch. You know what I mean? So we can add on. You know what I mean? So I believe that we was walking around looking like just perfect Barbie video vixens. And that's how you used to tell the girls apart from the biological woman, but now it's different. How do you feel?
I don't feel any way about it. I think that you should do whatever makes you feel affirmed in your gender, right? I think again, we're living in a world now where they're trying to take gender affirming care away from just trans people, quote unquote, but gender affirming care is for everyone. A mammogram is considered gender affirming care.
Wait, really? A woman getting a pap smear and all?
Gender affirming care. Prostate exams, gender affirming care, right? Like,
I didn't think about it like that.
So if you are doing something that is serving you in the identity in which you live in, get your grace, bitch. It's your nose, it's your body. It's something that you have to live with. Of course, consult with your doctors and all of those things. I don't condone black market silicone, and I think that's something that we have gotten away from. But with this new administration, it might be trying to slide back.
I hope not.
So I'm just like, we have to be extremely cautious in how we navigate surgeries and augmentations. But bitch, you only have one life to live. You are the most important person in your life. Live it.
Amen. I agree to that because I believe that when you don't live in your truth, like prime example, the boy that came out to the public, you know what I'm talking about.
I just saw that video.
And he was just up in him.
Yeah, girl, that had sent me last night.
But not
girl, that had sent me last night. Is it a joke? I don't know.
I think he's milking his 15 minutes.
Absolutely.
But what I will honestly say is I've watched them so much say they just want guys to live in their truth. And when guys come out and actually live in their truth, it's like y'all say y'all just want them to live in their truth, but now y'all bashing them.
I felt so bad for him. And let me tell you why. Because he not only was exposed, and I'm using that word very lightly, but information that he was not willing to share with people was told to the world, right? And the reason that I feel so bad for him is because he has these people, cisgender, heterosexual individuals, defining his sexuality for him. Telling him that he's gay, telling him that he's this and he's that, and he's going along with it. And I really wish that he had the education, the knowledge, and the know-how to really stand up for himself and say, I like what I like.
Right.
I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know. I see a woman. This is what I like. Because he doesn't have the language. And so when he's doing these interviews, and I've seen interviews, and they're like, yeah, so when did you know you was gay? He's like, I mean, I always kind of, I had an affair. And I'm like, why are you... Like
I seen him go back and forth. Like, I ain't gay. I just like what I like. I like trannies and I like girls. Then he went into like it's
sad.
Cringy.
Yeah, it is. It's very
and
cringy.
And then we watching it in real time.
In real time, and I think that there is. I don't know. I wasn't with him, so I don't know if there's any substance abuse. But it looks like in the video that I saw, they are drinking and doing all kinds of things, and it just I'm definitely praying for him.
I hope it don't end
tragically.
Yeah. Because at some point it can just like come to a head.
Yeah.
Like, this is a lot. So I'm praying for that young gentleman. And any guy that's out there that like, I do not absolutely 100% expose people.
I don't believe it. I don't believe in that culture.
I'm gonna tell you why, because I was once a gay boy, and when I was in school, I was feminine, and when the boys or the girls used to be like, "Oh, you a faggot," I used to bust them in their fucking mouth because I wasn't ready. I knew I liked the boys, but I liked the girls too. And back then it was way harder to be gay. And then I wasn't ready. I didn't know if I was. I knew I liked the boys. And I knew I liked the girls. And I always had a girlfriend. Don't call me gay. I was still struggling with that. So for somebody to tell me that you're gay. It makes you. I'm not ready to reveal that part until I was ready to reveal that part. So I once was that person that was gay, and people tried to tell everybody I was
label
gay.
you.
Yeah. So I know how it feels. So I would never do that to somebody. It's not my business to tell somebody's truth and when they're not ready to tell it.
Absolutely, I agree 1,000%. I think that I think two things can be true.
Come on.
Right?
Yeah, let's talk.
I think
Let's
two
have a
things.
healthy
Yeah. I think that two things can be true. I think that one, as a person who, when you, I think that when you decide to engage with someone, there's two parties involved, right? So yes, I don't personally believe in exposing or outing culture because that's just not who I am, and that's not who I ever been. I can understand with some women who feel like they have been wronged and they want to air their grievances. It is your grievance to air. You don't owe a person who has violated you any loyalty, right? So if you air out your grievance, you're airing out your experience. This person happens to just be involved. Okay. I also, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I also believe that you're bigger than the experience. I think that when we do that, we sensationalize like we're different or we're other.
Something wrong with us.
Yes, and it's like I'm a woman, and if he was having sex with me or if he was involved with me, what's the problem?
Like, bitch, I'm gonna tell your baby mom you was over here.
Why?
You was doing whatever.
Why?
They was
so
doing.
what?
That mean that you don't really see yourself as a woman. Or you look like you feel as though an outcast, or like.
Why would you weaponize? Why would you weaponize that? Yeah, I never understood that. And listen, I was a professional side bitch for a very long time in the beginning, girl. A professional side bitch for a very long time, and it was never, I'm going to tell this or I'm going to tell that, because it wasn't about the experience of sensationalizing our situation. Because at the end of the day, it was rooted in love. I wanted you. And I was so in love with you, or the version that I believed love to be at that time, that it wasn't about the other person. It was about our engagement. And so it's not necessarily about weaponizing, why. There's a bigger issue. You want this person so bad that you're willing to sacrifice everything for it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's crazy.
So what do you think so all the guys that I've actually talked to, like guys, because I've never dealt with a butch queen before.
Me either.
I talk men, like trade, whatever.
Yeah, I've never had sex with a gay man.
Me never. Okay, right. I feel as though personally,
even before I transitioned.
Right. I did you with the auntie too. Right. So listen, all of the guys that I've talked to before, they never treated me like a closeted case. I just never went for that. I've never went for that. Like, you going to take me, I always was passable, and I just always had an aura about me where I know how to handle myself in the real world. Like, I act like a woman. I act like a B&G hood booger when I'm in the, I'm a project of my environment. So I know how to blend. So I don't know. All of my boyfriends always held my hand, and so I never had to experience the down low shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I believe that, and I just talked about this with Madison. I believe that the girls allow this type of fucking behavior. Like, you can't come in my house with no hood on and no ski mask and stuff on, and you can't, don't come in here and pull your pants down and leave your shirt and your hoodie. We not, I'm not going for that. And I believe these girls, they be so dick hungry. They be going for. You're not playing with me like that.
So let me just talk about me, right? Because I only talk about me. Y'all know I only talk about me. I used to think that I had really low self-esteem. And what I found out through therapy and through my village of people, spiritual advisors, honey, pastors, popes, priests, honey, because it took a village to get this mind together, right? Is that it wasn't my self-esteem that was the issue, it was my self-worth.
Come on.
I thought that was as good as it was going to get. I thought that was all that I was worth subconsciously. It's like, oh, well, I mean, this is how Trey's supposed to do me, girl. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be, I like the allure of this hoodness, or, this is as good as it can get. And because I lived as a gay man for a while, right? I transitioned medically at 29, so I had gay experiences, right? And so I didn't get the hand holding in public. I didn't get that. I didn't have my first date as a woman until I was like 30. You know what I'm saying? And then it was with an older guy. Bitch, I didn't want to hold his hand. I just was there for the
Get the fuck up, you did. But I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? And so, so I understand how sometimes that is as good as this gets. But even this is how the intersectionality of the human experience is. There are women and men who settle for that type of behavior because they would rather have a piece of someone than have nothing. Than 100% of someone. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, chef my
and
so,
so I think that is the thing. It's a self, for me, bitch, I'm just talking about me. It was a self-worth issue. I thought that was as good as it was going to get. Listen, I can misuse, abuse, neglect, and disrespect me better than anybody I know. And because my tolerance for disrespect was so high, if you didn't go past it, bitch, I would tolerate the baby mothers, the cheating, the lying, the everything else, as long as you didn't go past that line. But when my all of the things,
hitting on me, and Bruce,
yes. But when I started treating me better,
right,
and that meter started going down,
you ain't play with me.
Not at all. You're not even getting my address because I don't know you.
Come on.
We ain't never been out. You don't want to go to coffee. You don't want to go meet in the park. You don't want to go meet somewhere. I don't know you, and you think that you have the agency to come to my home, my sanctuary.
Yeah, you're right.
In a world where people are robbing, stealing, and killing over the littlest things, you think that because once you get my address, you can't unhave my address.
Right. You're absolutely right. Talk to the kittens. They don't. I don't know. Just me personally, I believe that when we was like males, like gay boys or whatever, it was, especially when at my age, around the time when I was a gay male, it was frowned upon to have a boyfriend, to be out holding hands. That shit wasn't big.
No, we ain't a girl, chill.
But when I became a girl, at first, as a kitten, as a drag,
I love that as a kitten. That's cute.
As a drag, they used to throw themselves at me, and I used to take whatever the scraps, whatever they had. But bitch, once I started being told I was a bad bitch, and niggas started spending money on me and shit, I knew in my work. Oh, I can get money out these niggas, and they buying me this, and they paying rent, and can't nobody play with me now. Like I know my worth. Like so, I don't know. I think maybe it's just growth. Whatever you, what you said.
So yeah, your tolerance of when you start treating you better, you start making sure other people treat you better, right? And I think that's the thing. And even to your point about like when people are spending money, to be sure, you know what I'm saying. I was a professional side bitch, and before I transitioned, and a little bit after, I'm a woman with a past, bitch. You know what I'm saying. So it wasn't necessarily the money issue because. What I realized is the way that I was choosing men is I wanted them to be financially available, but they all were emotionally and mentally unavailable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so it wasn't even the finances that was the issue. It was
everything else.
It was how they emotionally made me feel, how they intimately made me feel, right? And those experiences. And when I realized how worthy I am, how enough I am, like it is your birthright to be loved. It is your birthright to be happy. That's not something that you have to look for from someone else. Happiness, wholeness is naturally and innately embedded inside of you, but you got to do the work. Listen, the reward belongs to you, but you got to do the work. That's it.
Pass the MONROE now.
I'm screwed.
No, you know what? What am I about to say? I think a lot of girls, especially even myself at one point, I kind of felt like we only allowed to have but so much. When it comes to boys. You know, it's a limit. It's a cap. The bottom one is full. If they hold your hand, if they come over and stay a few nights out of the week, that's one thing. Maybe they take you to meet certain family members, but not the mama. Sometimes we think that maybe that's all we're working. You know, we settle for that. If that makes sense. So with that being said, it's like I think certain girls just get comfortable and just think that this is what it's going to be. I want it all.
I do. You deserve it all.
Right.
You deserve it all. You deserve it all. And I think that that's the thing. See, one of the hardest things that I ever did in my life was sit with myself. One of the hardest things I ever did in life was sit with myself because I had to learn what I didn't like. Even if I never knew specifically what I like, I had to understand what I didn't like so that when it showed up, I knew not to accept it.
What you mean you had to sit with yourself? Like
sit alone. I had to figure out, why am I tolerating this, right? Why do I believe that this is as good as it can get for me, right? When God chose to elevate me to these new spaces and places, I had to change my taste buds. I had to no longer look for the things that used to serve me. Trade used to serve me, meeting up in parks and spaces and places and tolerating the crumbs that used to serve the person that I used to be. That was what my definition of love was. I was in an abusive relationship at 15 with a man who was 21.
Really?
Right. Emotionally, mentally, and physically abusive. I was a big girl. I was 500 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was a healthy sad. And he told me that wasn't nobody gonna love me. And mind you, and that was at the time where I was in the closet, right? There was no family that I could consult with or see. So I thought that was as good as it's gonna get. Yeah, he whooped my ass every time he see me, but he loved me. So if you wasn't beating me, if you wasn't threatening me, you ain't let, bitch,
like,
you ain't even, if you wasn't even, if you ain't, stop playing. You soft. You soft. I can't deal with you. I need a hood nigga.
I just feel like, oh, you don't love me, you cheating on me. Like my ex-boyfriend really used to, like, he used to put his hands on me a lot, and when he didn't, I used to feel like, oh, he found somebody else to do it to. Ain't that sad? That's we can work it.
No, but that's how we get conditioned.
You know what? You ate that.
That's how we get conditioned. It is not, we didn't wake up. You weren't born with that mentality. Right. That is how we get conditioned based off of the things that we see or we don't. Possibility models, visibility and representation. When you see a girl who is being loved and cared for by a black man, as a black woman of trans experience, and he loves her wholly, out loud, boldly, you like, oh, bitch, I know a nigga can love me, bitch. I know I look good. Or I know I'm a good person.
A candidate full up. Right.
So when you see it, you can aspire to it. Not necessarily. You talk about relationship goals. Listen, because people that's relationship goals, child, they could have the worst. Listen,
ooh,
they could have the
camera. Baby, we've seen it too many times.
I'm the one that taught him how to do the things he do for you. I'm the one that told him to put the matching pajama set on. I was with him when he bought it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so you on here relationship goals, but bitch, I'm creating and curating your relationship.
You're the narrator of all of that.
I'm the architect, bitch, I'm the writer. So you understand so you have to see what you can then obtain, right? Not necessarily specifically, but just the idea of it.
What's your dating life like right now?
Girl, I'm dating.
That was real. You're dating multiple, or you're just?
So I have never been the girl that could actually like date multiples, but I am entertaining. I'm dating, right? I think dating is so I've heard it put like this: I'm talking to a few.
So that's why I just asked you.
Yeah, but talking to is just entertaining conversations because I don't, I don't let everyone have access to me, especially a man. I don't allow because you can't sit. I can't sit across and break bread from an individual that I don't know if I can hold a conversation with.
Me neither.
I've done that, sitting there trying, because I'm a connecting conversationalist, and so I can have a conversation with anyone. But bitch, if I gotta pull teeth to like try to engage with you, that's a chomp.
You have to be.
Let's have coffee.
Funny.
Let's have coffee first.
I don't drink coffee.
Well, no, but I'm saying, but I mean, whatever your thing is, you know what I'm saying. That's how I date. So I'm talking to.
You have to. You know what? I shouldn't have to engage in a conversation. Like I shouldn't have to. Like if we talking, once that conversation, another one should immediately start, and it shouldn't have to be me asking questions.
Absolutely.
Let the conversation flow. And if you make me laugh, we in there like
we same.
And that's just pretty much how I feel. I'm not dating right now. I want to have companionship, but I don't think that I'm personally ready. You know, but We'll see. Probably like next year. We'll see.
Yeah, there's someone that I am.
You date trans men?
I have never dated. Well,
give it to me. Girl, why you love it?
Because girl.
Sister, you a top or a bottom?
Dungeon basement foundation. I have a vagina.
Oh, you got your SRS?
I do.
How long you had it for?
Since 2019.
Is this the best thing that ever happened to you?
For me, in my transition, yes.
So you always was a bottom?
Boots.
You look like you had she-meat though when you was...
I'm screaming. Is that what the people call? Listen, this is the stuff people say so.
Yeah.
Girl, listen, it was necessary for my transition, right? You know, there were moments where I could be feeling my I'm talking bare face. I could be, feeling my oats, girl, and then have to go to the bathroom. And then it's like, oh.
Oh, you one of them.
Yeah. I was. And again, for my transition. And, I have just became vocal about talking about my SRS because I don't want anyone to feel othered or ostracized or marginalized in our own community, right?
Wait, break that down.
I don't want any of the girls to feel like, oh, she's a post-op girl, so, she tried to make herself seem, because like how they would do us in the world, so you had the fool, so you a fool. Yeah. And it's like, no, I'm still a woman of trans experience. I still identify as a woman of trans experience. It's regardless of what's specific. When I was talking about being clocked, I want you to think the worst. I want you to think I have the biggest piece of meat between my legs when you decide to engage with me, because I want you to think the worst.
No, I get it.
You understand what I'm saying? And so, so for my transition, it was necessary. It was pivotal. But yeah, girl, it was the best decision I ever made for my journey. And again, I'm still evolving. I'm still becoming the woman that I want to be. It's ever changing for me. I'm an older girl. So.
What's your sign?
I'm a Cancer.
Oh, we both can.
You a Cancer? July.
I'm
a July Cancer. July 13th.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, girl. That's what it is.
Really beautiful skin.
Thank you. Thank you. I've been working on my skin.
Listen, when I first met her, she had on the green dress at Madison. I remember she had on. She had a little blonde.
I'm screaming. I did.
Her face was flawless. It's an actress. She played in oh my God, Demita, the one from Steve Harvey show. Her name is Demita Latita.
Terry Vaughn. She played Lavita Alize Jenkins.
Yeah. Anybody ever tell you favor her?
No, it depends on what kind of hair I got on. I get Megan Thee Stallion. Thank you.
But she does her own makeup, y'all, and her skin is. You know how you can tell a bitch. You know how you can tell you got fucked up skin. Makeup and the girls don't know when you have fucked up skin underneath. Makeup brings that out more. And you can
I've seen
you can like your I can tell your foundation is solid.
Thank you, boo. So are you. You're gorgeous. First of all, this look is eating. Beautiful. Sickening. Sickening. So
let me ask you this: if you can talk to your younger self, and I want you to dig deep,
of course.
I want you. I'm a Martian. I'm gonna put this question into 3 parts. If you can talk to your younger self, what advice would you give your younger self? Then I would want you to ask a younger person that waited as long to start their womanhood, and then give a young girl, a kitten out there, some advice. Take it away.
So one of the books that I'm writing is pretty much letters to my younger self, right? And the advice that I have shared with her is, it is all worth it. Just keep going. The process isn't pretty, but it is necessary. Just keep going. It'll all be worth it soon. The tears, the suicidal ideation, the fears, the late nights, all of the things that you are going through right now, all of the racing thoughts, everything that's going on in your mind, feeling like you can't trust anyone, feeling like no one understands you, no one gets you, you're alone in the world. You are not. You are not. Just hold on. Just hold on. To someone who's waited to transition in your time, it's not a microwave. It's more like a crock pot, baby. Take your time. Take your time and do it how you choose to do it. You've waited this long. You got it. And to the young girls, listen, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Just because you see someone doing it, just because they said that they did it, don't mean that you got to do it. To be sure. Yeah.
Bitch, you ate that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I love you too.
Oh my God. You got any questions for me?
Yeah. I'm not a ballroom girl.
Okay.
So I've never been in a ball. I've been like walked a ball. I've never walked a ball. And I know that you legend. You're that girl.
Icon.
You're an icon. You're an icon, girl. You're an icon. And I always dreamed of having a chosen family, right? When I dreamed of transition, when I dreamed of living out loud, when I dreamed of moving away to Atlanta, or coming here for Clark. So I wanted to graduate high school and go to Clark, Atlanta, and be myself. And I dreamed of a chosen family, right? I dreamed of a chosen mom, a chosen dad, and like siblings, and then one day having my own children and all of those things, and romanticize the idea of ballroom because I didn't go to my first ball until this February that just passed.
Which one was it?
The Alpha and Omega Ball.
Oh, in New York.
In New York, the Phoenix, the Phoenix Ball.
Oh no, I wasn't at the Phoenix. I know
Yeah, I was at the Phoenix, and it was not what I thought it was supposed to be.
Tell me what wasn't what you thought it would be like.
So my highlight, and I said this in an article that I did for a magazine that was there, the highlight for me of that ball was watching all the young babies in the corner, like dancing and preparing and, really practicing and really enjoying themselves, right? And they would see some of their idols walk in and be so excited to speak, and then the idol wouldn't speak. Or
you witnessed that?
I witnessed that with my own eyes. Or they gave them this grandiose cold shoulder because their shoes or their appearance wasn't. And I was like, this is not the ballroom that I thought that it would be. And I wanted to know, do you think, because I believe that is the culture now. I think that
it's been that way.
Okay.
Go ahead.
One of the things because I know that ballroom has done a lot of good in the community and for people. I also think that two things can be true. I think that there is a lot of hurt that people have obtained from ballroom, from my experience, or from people that are in close proximity to me. I do know that people oftentimes lead with their ego and pride and not with love. Do you think that love will return or make an appearance in ballroom?
Ballroom is just to answer your question perfectly, no. The love will never return because people don't respect each other anymore. It's not family oriented. It's too mainstream now. And you watch Pose?
I did.
So the mother and father from those days is I've gotten to experience that as well. They don't have that now. It's more of a business. It's more of, this is not my child, but this child can win trophies. This child is winnable. This child is marketable. This child can bring our house to the next level because they're appeasing to the masses or their talent, but not because I love them as my child.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Whereas when I came up, my mother and my father, which is John, Karan, and Renee, like those, like all of their house kids, my brothers and sisters, that was our mother and father. No matter what, we respected them like that, and we treated them like they were our mother and the father, and it was just that. So that portion is gone. It will never return. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not saying with every house. I believe that certain houses, each mother and each father have their certain gay children.
Yeah.
Like 2 gay children, but it might be 50 other children in the house. But when I was coming up, every child that was in the house was your child, was your personal child. So that part is definitely gone. Ballroom, to me, it's not fun anymore. It's not fun anymore when you have done it for so long, and then it starts to be politics now. And it's like, no matter if you're out there and you turning it and you deserve to win. I'm not saying me. I have won, and some nights I probably didn't deserve to, but because of my name, I won. You know what I'm saying? I've received.
I've seen that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I've been on the receiving end and the
back end of it.
I've lost to somebody a little bit more popular, and somebody have lost to me that wasn't as popular. So I know what it feels like, and it's just really
honest. That was honest.
Yeah,
I love that.
I've been on the, I'm an open book.
Yeah, I mean, you're a Cancer. I know that now. You know what I'm saying? I know that. I definitely know that.
And you know what? Also, I'm really so truthful because I think all Cancers, we don't like liars.
I don't. No, we
don't.
don't.
Really like we don't like somebody. I don't like nobody to lie to me.
I don't.
Because
And omission is a lie, to be
omission?
clear. Omission is if you don't tell the information because I didn't ask you. So if I say
No, that's not lying.
no, that's a lie.
That's just like I didn't lie to you. You didn't ask, so I didn't
That's
tell you.
omission. That's a lie.
That's okay. So listen.
So if I never asked a nigga was he married and he know he married, you don't think he's supposed to tell me? Like you knew you were married, well you ain't asked. That's a lie. So you.
But if you never asked, then why should he tell you?
No, girl.
No, I mean with that's deep. That's deep.
Yeah,
Like if we in a relationship.
yeah.
But if you ask me, what did you do after you leave the store? And I said, oh, I went to the gym and then I came home. But before the store, I did X, Y, and Z. But you asked me what did I do when I left the store. You see
that's that's that June politics shit. That's that policy. You know what I'm saying? See, that's it.
No, but seriously, I get what you're saying. You know what? Don't volunteer no lie. Don't lie to me because I'm not gonna lie to you. Like even if it's gonna hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's your what facial work you got done?
I have no facial work.
Bitch, this your real natural mug?
Yes, I'm screaming.
For real?
No facial work. No, I've only got my breasts and my vagina.
You not getting nothing done to you. You don't want nothing done.
No, so I did.
Give it to him. What you want?
I wanted my nostrils taken in a little bit, but I'm scared because I know if I touch my nose, it's never going to be done.
What you mean?
Because I don't want to start something I ain't going to be able to finish.
Can I share something with you?
Yeah.
I'm in the process of getting a facial film. The doctor is sickening. The doctor is in New York. My mother always told me don't ever touch my face. She's not here no more. But I think I'm, just playing around wanting to do something. So I'm went on a finally head after years of fighting with her. I'm going to get the facial film. But now I don't want them to play with my nose. Because that's the one thing you can't.
Girl.
You know what I mean? Once that nose.
Your face is sickening.
Really? Even though me being a 62-year-old,
Bitch, you're not.
Girl. You want that
62 is crazy.
You want that mild lift up.
Girl.
But I'm telling you. So all my girlfriends is like, bitch, you can't get no facial film and don't get nothing done to the nose.
That's not true.
They like, girl, the nose is what. But I'm telling you, I feel as though that nose is you can't.
I'm not doing it.
You know how the girls be having that.
Yeah, that Tinkerbell.
No, that skeleton.
That up in the air.
Or that.
Yeah, I'm scared. I don't wanna.
Do your skin keloid?
It used to. It don't no more though. That's the crazy part.
Any little cut I get, it raises.
Mine too. It did.
Mine's raised up. So the doctor was telling me that he would have to cut behind my hairline. I've seen so many. Yeah.
And I wanted to have my hairline moved in because I have a big forehead. Like that's the only thing. It's the wig. It's the scalp. Girl, abracadabra, bitch. Abracadabra. Abracadabra. Yeah.
So
yeah, doo-doo. Yeah. Bring her right on down. Doo-doo. Yeah.
But you know what? Now that I'm looking, but you don't really need no sculpting to the face. Like you gotta go be able to get shaved.
Thank you. Shout out to my mama. I mean, I look
Can
just
I see
like
you
my
got
mama.
some pictures of your mama?
Yeah, you want me to see right now?
Let me see. I can tell your mama a pretty. Where you get your height from? Your dad or your mom?
Both. My mom is 5'10". My dad
Really?
is 6'1". My mom is 5'9". My dad is 6 feet.
Okay. Who you look more like?
I used to say, depending on who I'm standing beside, but my mom. Yeah, me and my mom.
Y'all, it is a pleasure to have my girl here, y'all.
Thank you, sister. Likewise. This is us both, no makeup.
Oh, twins. I need you to give me a picture. I'm gonna throw that up in there.
Okay, yeah.
So listen, on the count of 3, even though I don't have the sign behind the show, I can point to. Please let everyone know what show that you are on. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I'm supposed to do it with you? I thought you was talking to the people. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here watching you. I'm like,
Margie, but you still looking. Right, so you gotta say, let's
okay, ready. Okay.
So on the count of 3, let everyone know what show you are on. 1, 2, 3.
Let's address it.
All right, y'all, it's a wrap. I'm gonna kill you, girl.
I was sitting here just